Because of copyright, my video got blocked. Yay! I love YouTube. Hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies. I, I said this already, but I messed up. So I'm saying this again. My hair is trash, and right now it is 3 a.m. in the morning. 3 a.m. Yeah, you know what? Let's do the movie review. Today I will be doing another Hong Kong movie review, and that would be Internal Affairs, or in Cantonese, Mo Gan Do, and it is directed by Andrew Lau and Alex Mack. I forgot. I think these are their names. So two directors, directed by two directors. And wow. Damn. Damn, boy. Damn, boy. I am surprised. This movie is so much better than I've expected. Damn. I like this movie. Like a lot. Internal Affairs. If you have seen The Departed by Martin Scorsese, you'd probably know that The Departed is actually heavily inspired by this movie, and this movie is released in the year 2002, and it stars Andy Lau, Lau Dakwa, who is one of the most famous actors in Hong Kong, and then once again, Tony Leung Chiu-wei. I didn't even know that he's in this movie until I saw the opening credits, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's here too? Like, oh my gosh. Like, so far in my Hong Kong review series, he had already appeared in two movies, which are In the Mood for Love and then Hard Boiled. And here in this movie, he looks completely different, and he acts completely different as well. So differently, it's actually impressive. So once again, this movie is about the cops, the police, versus a mafia, a group of criminals. And here's the catch: one of the person in the group of the criminals, one of the members of the mafia, is actually secretly working for the cops, but one of the person who works in the police force actually secretly works for the mafia. So there are moles on both sides, and both of them are trying to figure out which one is the mole, and it's a very interesting and very refreshing movie. Refreshing because lately, you know this, I've seen quite a number of Hong Kong movies, and I've seen a couple of Hong Kong TV shows, popular Hong Kong TV shows, which are trash, by the way. And I don't really understand this, but apparently decades ago, Hong Kong has this obsession with cop movies and cop shows. So again, there are TV shows. Two of them I reacted to in a video that's supposed to be uploaded 2 days ago but got blocked. There are TV shows about, cops fighting against criminals, and then we have movies like Hard Boiled, which I've reviewed a couple days ago, is also a very straightforward movie about two cops fighting the whole gang. Anyways, this movie is refreshing because this movie, I won't say it is not a movie about cops versus criminals. It's still a movie about cops against criminals, except the movie sort of approaches it in a really, really refreshing way, in a way we don't know who to root for, we don't know who's the good guy and who's the bad guy, and it gets really complicated and super duper interesting. It's just a so much more refreshing approach than straightforward cops, good guys, criminals, bad guys, they fight, explosions happen, the cops win. This is so much more complex, and so much more refreshing and interesting. I was on the edge of my seat watching the movie throughout the entire duration. Another thing I love about this movie is its pacing. I think it's kind of, perfect. The pacing is kind of perfect. The movie doesn't beat around the bush, like right off the bat. On the first scene, we are immediately introduced to, oh, the criminals, they are sending undercovers to pretend to be a cop, while in the police department they are sending undercovers to join the mafia. There are 3 acts in this movie, and all 3 of these acts are fantastic, and they all come in different ways. They are all, I guess, the result of a different situation, and in each act a major character dies. Another thing I love about this movie is how bold and ambitious the writing can be, and not because it's diving deep into very taboo topics or anything, but it just kills off characters, and I like that because it depicts how cruel and brutal reality is. People die, people get killed, but also, given how a major character dies in the first act, we as the audience immediately know that the writer of this movie, they don't mess around. When they kill off a character, they really do kill off a character, and boy, there are multiple characters getting killed, and each and one of those deaths are hard-hitting and impactful and also shocking. There are a couple of plot twists in this movie as well, which I enjoy a lot, especially the one towards the end. It's shocking, it's painful, it hurts. Also, I also like the ending of the movie, even though I'm not gonna spoil. I don't want to spoil the ending, but gosh darn, why? I guess this movie, if there's one thing that I wish that this movie would improve upon, that would be the dialogues. I think at a few moments the dialogues, they seem a little forced, a little unnatural, and actually there is an unrealized potential that this movie can explore into, and that is the movie can make us root for both characters, like both the undercovers, both moles, one working as a cop, one pretending to be a criminal, except at the end of this movie, I only rooted for the guy who pretends to be the criminal but is actually a cop. I root for that guy. And we also see scenes of that guy's personal life, him seeing a shrink falling in love with his shrink, and we really, really root for him. But on the contrary, the guy pretending to be a cop but is actually a criminal, we don't really get to root for him or anything, and it's not a bad thing, but it can be a slight improvement. But I guess in a way, because I root for a specific character, the ending is now, it just hits a little harder. But yeah, I don't have all that much to say about this movie other than I really friggin' enjoyed this movie. I think it's incredibly accessible. I think anyone in the world will be able to enjoy this movie. Again, not all criminals are bad. One specific character who works in the mafia, played by Do Man-zak, who is a really hilarious comedian who's still working nowadays. His character is actually a good character because he's actually just an innocent guy. Like, yeah, he's a criminal, he does bad things, but at the end of the day, he's doing it because it's fun and he can't do anything else, and it's his life now, and we see him interacting with other people and we kind of root for him as well. But yeah, other than that, this movie did break the incredibly boring cop versus criminal trope and add a really new, refreshing, interesting twist to it. And it's not always, oh, the criminals, they're dealing drugs again, the cops go in, boom, bam. But everything's super unexpected, everything's very sudden, and it's just really grounded and realistic. So yeah, I love this movie absolutely. I guess personally, I'm still super stoked and stunned by Made in Hong Kong. While at the same time, I really, really admire In the Mood for Love because it is a classic, and I understand why that is, even though it is not a very accessible movie. But this one, I think anyone can watch it and enjoy it. It is a fantastic movie, and yeah, the writing, it just feels more matured and professional than some other movies I've watched from Hong Kong. So yeah, I'm feeling a decent 9 on this movie on Internal Affairs. So have you watched Internal Affairs? From 1 to 10, how much did you rate it? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. I really need to go to bed.